everybody, this is Bernie from Stampin' Eat, and welcome back to another Friday card making session with me. It is really awesome to have you back, and thank you so much to everybody who has been subscribing over the last few weeks. I say this every week, but I just want to express my gratitude to you. My little channel is growing and I am very indebted to you. So please share my channel with your friends if there's anything in here that you find beneficial and helpful and inspirational. So this week, I usually actually like teaching techniques mainly on my channel because I find that it's a lot easier for you to take whatever you have at home and then you can just adapt that to the technique. However, this week my brain is fried. I am recording this after having been on my Stampin' Eat retreat, and to be honest, my creativity is tanked for a few weeks, and I'm sure this happens to you too. So what do you do in those situations where you have a card to make for somebody and you just can't think of anything? Well, my go-to is to use paper. And this gorgeous, gorgeous Happier Than Happy bundle in the annual catalogue of Stampin' Up is adorable. I actually wrote, there's another card design that I created for my blog, and I will show you the card that I made for that. Plus, I will show you the card at the end of this video of the card that we made on retreat. It's a cute little fun fold using the same paper. The only difference is we stamped our little bear. So this card is pretty straightforward to make. So why don't we get to it? Before we do that, I do just want to show you what the stamp set looks like. So Happier Than Happy is in the annual catalogue. This is a beautiful little stamp set to give to somebody if they are expecting or have had a new baby. And it comes with the dies, and if you purchase it as a bundle, and we'll be using the mushroom dies today. So it's got little dies to cut out each of the little characters on the paper, and as I've said before, Stampin' Up is getting better and better at making the bundles work with the paper. So the paper I'm going to be featuring today looks like this. So let me just get it in the camera. And as you can see, I've literally just used this panel here, which I'll be cutting out. But there are so many other little scenes that you can create. I love the owls and I love the little flowers there. And then, of course, as is always with Stampin' Up, they've got a reverse side. So what I have used for this card is basic white cardstock. And I've made a border with Mossy Meadow. So the basic white cardstock is, I'm just getting it from all my bits on the side, is my usual 8 1/4, 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/8. And you're just going to set that to the side. And then I cut myself a piece of Mossy Meadow, and I believe this is 4 by 5 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to be your mat, and I'm just going to set that to the side, and I'm now going to trim down the image that we need. So I realize this is not all together in the camera, so I am going to cut this at 5. And I want to cut this at, I just want to get this image in its entirety, and then we're going to trim it down. So it's about 3 7/8 wide. And from memory, it is 5 1/4. So let's just check. Perfect. That is exactly it. So 3 7/8 by 5 1/4. Now it is so simple to make, and that's why I was saying if you need a quick card and you are not having a good time with your creative juices, why not look in your stash what you have in your beautiful papers. And if you enjoy the Stampin' Up range, you will always have something because they just make amazing papers. So there already I've got a pretty little story happening. Teddy's saying hi. So I thought, well, let's just pop this. It needs something. So what I've done here is I've die cut little mushrooms. So I'm going to bring that. I'm always fiddling with these things. I'm using the mushroom dies, and I'm going to place them on a piece of offcut from my paper, and I found that it seems to fit these little toadstools, mushrooms. I can never tell the difference. So I'm going to die cut 2 of these out and bring them back. So I've cut my little toadstools, mushrooms out there, and the next thing we need to do is stamp the sentiment. Now what I should have done is stamp and then die cut everything together, but I didn't. So I'm doing it now, and I decided I'll stick with the Hello Baby because we've got a few families in our church who are going to be having babies in the next few weeks. And you may notice I have done Night of Navy for my inking. I find that using the Night of Navy is not as harsh as the basic black. I'm going to use this cute little label that came in the die set, and I'm going to go and die cut that. Alrighty, so I now have my label, which I'm going to use my Tombow glue to put down. I've opted to go flat because I'm going to be putting my little mushrooms, toadstools, whatever they are, I'm going to be putting them on dimensionals. So I'm going to do that next. Just get my dimensionals. And I like to cut them. Oh, here we go. I like to make them just a little bit smaller to save on dimensionals. So we'll pop that one at the back. And pop that one at the back. A little tip that I placed in my newsletter this month is that if you push your finger, your nail in there, it actually helps to release the backing paper a lot easier. And every month I actually put tips in my newsletter. If you are not yet subscribing to my newsletter, there's a drop down link below, and feel free to click on it. It's absolutely free. I don't come into your news feed more than once a month because I can't handle my inbox being cluttered. So once a month I come into your news feed. Now, did you see what I did there while I was yakking? I folded my linen thread over 3 fingers twice, over 2 fingers twice, and I'm now going to release these pieces of linen thread, and using my right hand, and if you're left-handed you'll just swap this around, I'm feeding them in, and they are being pinched by my thumb and my pointer finger to create what is known in demonstrator world a tammy bow. Now I'm pinching them. If you don't feel confident doing this bit, by pinching you can always use some tweezers, and this part is usually the part where I'll end up not grabbing all the threads together, but seems like today is my lucky day. So I'll thread that through and pull, and here we've got a gorgeous fluffy bow, and I'm now going to use a glue dot pick that up, pop it over the little section of the card where the hole was, indicating that's where it should go. Snip off the excess, and we are almost there. Oops, that hello baby looks like it's, I might just move that. Let's just get that off a little bit so that it's not so vicious over the hello baby. And then onto the card base, you could put it on dimensionals if you wanted, or you could put it like I am, just flat, because if you're in a hurry and you need to get this out the door or in the mail, you don't have much time. So there you go. We've done another gorgeous little card, which is all about welcoming. Isn't that so pretty? Now let me show you what I made on retreat and also what I featured on my blog using the identical suite. On retreat, we did this very cute fun fold card, which folds like that, and it's, oopsie, it's open on that side, so it sort of creates that look, and the papers were highlighted here. Of course, if you had turned that paper around, that would have also been a gorgeous contrast, but I sometimes am more symmetrical when I make things, so that's what I did. But some of the ladies actually made, they used the opposite side of their paper, which is beautiful. And then this is the one I featured on my blog. So again, I used the trees, a part of the paper. I stamped the bear in Memento Black, but took off some of the Memento and used my watercolor pencils to create more of a shaggy coat, and I used the papers to cut out balloons and the sweet sorbet baker's twine to make another card. So here you've got a few options using the suite, the happier than happy suite that is in our annual catalog. So many options for you there. Do go and have a look on my blog by clicking on the link below in the description box. There's a link. There are a lot of projects there for you, as well as on my Facebook page, Instagram, and Pinterest. And don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter, where I give tips and techniques every month, as well as a card idea. So thank you so much for watching this quick video today, all about what can you do when you may have absolute creativity juices sucked out of you, but you need to whip up a card. So hopefully that's inspired you with this gorgeous bundle. And remember, until we meet again, stamp, eat, sleep, repeat.